What smoking on my dragons, divine righteous, almighty greats, overachieving, never slacking. Shout out to Robin from Colorado for sending me this shirt. I appreciate you. Robin is one of my subscribers. Much love. Thank you. Today we got Britain's scariest mythical creatures. And I love to hear about mythical creatures. With that being said, I ain't gonna waste no time. Let's get to it.
We've all seen blurry photographs of the Loch Ness Monster and heard tall tales of the dinosaur that refused to go extinct. But what about Britain's other mythical creatures? Are there any other beasts or brutes out there to be aware of? Quite a few, actually. Better you find out about them before they find you. I'm Siobhan Thompson, and this is Anglophenia. In this episode, I'm going to give you the rundown of the scariest, creepiest, and weirdest creatures to have ever walked the British Isles. Black shuck. This malevolent canine has been seen all over Britain. It's been given different names in different places. It's been called barghest, freybug, guy trash, and coochie. But in the southeast of England, it's called black shuck. It has fiery red eyes, and its appearance signifies a bad omen. Sometimes the bad omen is black shuck itself. In one account dating back to 1577, it burst into a church, killed a man and a boy, caused the steeple to collapse, and then...
Why can I picture like this animal being like Dracula's pet dog or something?
and left scorch marks on the door on the way out. So, if you ever come across black shuck, please don't try to pet it. Just call supernatural animal control and let the professionals handle it. J.K. Rowling used a lot of black shuck imagery when she was writing about the Grimm in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Another creature that had a star turn in the Harry Potter books is the grindylow. The grindylow, or grundylow, is a green...
I ain't gonna lie, that looked like a whole octopus. That don't. It looked like he could just chew through you though. Like look at it. Look how sharp his teeth is.
Creature with tentacles. Native to Yorkshire and Lancashire, it lurks in freshwater bogs and ponds, waiting for unsuspecting children to wander past. Then it snatches them.
I've heard about this. I think I read about this back when I was in like elementary school. I can't stand the stories where I hear about creatures that wait for like children because obviously children, they just children. They can't really defend themselves. So it bothers me. You know, imagine, you remember when we were all kids and like you needed a protector. So that's horrible.
Them up and pulls them under. It's believed that the grindylow stories were used by parents to frighten children away from large bodies of water. The stories were rendered obsolete when they realized they could just teach the kids how to swim. The owlman. No, the owlman is not a DC supervillain. This creature was first seen in Cornwall back in 1976 and then was spotted numerous times over the next 20 years. It's described as a giant owl-like man with glowing blood-red eyes. Some witnesses at first thought it was a person in costume playing a trick until it rose up and flew away.
Let me find out. That's the what's that place called that people always talking about? Where they say like the elites go to. What is it called? With the owl. I cannot remember. But it's like this place, this I don't know, like this wooded area with this owl, which I'm sure they probably don't go there anymore because usually when people catch on to something, I mean, more than likely it's because they wanted to expose that because that's old news for them. Just saying, but I could be wrong.
The kelpie. The kelpie is a mythical waterhorse of Scottish origin. Descriptions vary, but many describe it as a beautiful horse with a dripping wet, seal-like coat of fur. It encourages children to ride on its back. When the hapless kid is up there, its skin becomes sticky. Then the kelpie drags the child underwater and eats it. It's said that if you say Christ's name while on a kelpie's back, it will release you, which is convenient, because if you are stuck to the back of a carnivorous aquatic horse, you're probably going to be yelling Christ's name a lot. Another Scottish equine horror is the nuckelavee, but unlike the kelpie, you don't have to worry about it luring you towards it with its beautiful coat of fur. That's because the nuckelavee has no skin. Ugh. This skinless horse has the upper torso of a man growing out of its back. You can see black blood pumping through the yellow veins that surround...
Here's the thing. So, when you study Atlantis, deep studying, it was said that the Atlanteans were doing so much different, uh, just Frankenstein type of projects with this advanced technology that they were just there was half men and half horses and all type of creatures, and they were doing all these like hybrid weird experiments. And when Atlantis fell, these these creatures just kind of scattered, right? So that's one interesting theory.
Around the outside of its bare, muscled body. It normally lives in the sea, but sometimes comes out on land to destroy crops and sicken livestock. Because somebody's got to do it, right? The doire. Living in the lakes of Ireland, the doire is a 7-foot-long cross between an otter and a hound. Also known as the Irish crocodile, the doire is a fast, aggressive man-eater. It's said that if you kill one, it emits a high-pitched whistle before it dies, alerting its mate. Its mate will then rise from the lake bottom to avenge its lover, just like anybody would in a healthy, loving relationship. So consider yourself warned. If you're somewhere in the British Isles and you see anything like a demonic dog, horse, owl, or otter, steer clear. Basically, the lesson here is just live your life in abject terror. Thanks for watching, subscribe for more episodes, and let me know in the comments what you think the scariest mythological creature is.
I'm trying to get y'all to see the shirt. Just like these creatures in the shirt will have somebody losing my mind, Have me losing my mind seeing a creature like that. But honestly, I really wouldn't be surprised. I don't think people are just crazy all the time. Um, Here's something interesting, right? So I was by this river where I live. This was maybe 2 years ago, and I seen like this really big, gigantic footprint. And I took a picture of it. I didn't really say anything. It was literally like going into the river, just one big giant footprint. So then I seen this truck, this like van that said like Sasquatch Hunters. So I randomly looked them up, right? Because it was in my area, and I seen like the same similar footprints. So I'm like, that is crazy. But I didn't say anything about it because I don't I stopped saying a lot of stuff because people will just look at you like you're crazy out here, for the most part, or they just kind of brush it off. So it's kind of like no point for me to really say much anymore if I did come across, because it's like, most people ain't gonna believe it anyway. It is what it is. But yeah, that was pretty interesting. Pretty interesting to see that. But it's so much different stuff out here in America. That's why I'm not even surprised. I can only imagine the Europe as a whole. I mean, just around the world, period. So very interesting. You guys let me know what you think about this video, and have you came across or come across any of these mythical creatures. With that being said, original link in the description. I'll see you all soon.